My fiance's sister covertly moved into our home while we were away on vacation, transformed our guest room into her personal space, and refused to vacate. I'm Ethan, 31, and my fiancée, Rachel, 29, have been engaged for half a year. We've been a couple for 4 years and recently purchased our first house, a charming, modest 3-bedroom in a peaceful suburb. It was a huge milestone, and we were thrilled to finally have a place of our own. Rachel's family is generally close-knit and supportive, except for her younger sister, Jessica, 27. Jessica has always been unpredictable. She's the type who treats life like an all-you-can-eat buffet, grabbing whatever she wants without contributing in return. She's hopped between jobs, homes, and relationships, always leaning on Rachel or their parents to rescue her when things go south. I've tolerated Jessica for Rachel's sake, despite her entitled behavior driving me up the wall. She's shown up uninvited to ask for cash, crashed our dinners without offering to pitch in, and once even asked Rachel to pay her rent because she wanted a break from work. Rachel acknowledges my frustration but often says, "She's family, Ethan." We have to give her some leeway. A few weeks ago, Rachel and I planned a well-deserved getaway to Hawaii. It was our chance to unwind after months of intense wedding planning and moving into our new home. Before leaving, we secured the house thoroughly. I double-checked every door and window, partly because I didn't trust Jessica not to poke around while we were gone. The vacation was blissful. Sunny shores, delicious meals, and no worries. But everything changed when we returned. As we pulled into the driveway, I noticed something odd. An upstairs window was ajar with the curtains pulled shut, which was strange since we'd closed everything before leaving. "Maybe you missed that one," Rachel suggested, trying to dismiss it. But the moment we stepped inside, I sensed trouble. Unfamiliar shoes sat by the door and shopping bags were piled in the hallway. Rachel and I exchanged puzzled glances. Then we heard a voice from upstairs. "Hold on a sec." Moments later, Jessica strolled down the stairs, dressed in sweatpants and one of my sweaters. "Hey, you're back sooner than I expected," she said, flashing a grin like she hadn't just been caught red-handed. "What are you doing here, Jessica?" I asked, my tone sharp. She shrugged casually. "I needed a place to stay, and your house was just sitting empty. Don't worry, I've been keeping things tidy." Rachel's jaw dropped. "You've been living here? Without asking us?" Jessica just smiled. "It's not like you were using the place. I've moved my stuff in already." My blood boiled. This was our home, and she'd not only let herself in, but acted like she had every right to stay. As I'd soon discover, she had no plans to leave anytime soon. "Jessica, are you seriously saying you broke into our house and set up camp while we were gone?" I demanded, struggling to keep my voice steady. "Chill, Ethan," she replied with a smirk, brushing past me like it was no big deal. "I didn't break in. Rachel gave me a key ages ago, remember?" I turned to Rachel, who looked mortified. "I gave her a key when we moved in for emergencies," Rachel stammered. "But this isn't what I meant." Jessica flopped onto the sofa, draping a blanket over herself like she was settling in for a cozy night. "It was kind of an emergency. My roommate kicked me out, and I had nowhere else to go. You've got a spare room, so I figured it'd be fine." I pinched the bridge of my nose, trying to contain my anger. "Jessica, a spare room doesn't mean you can move in without permission. How long have you been here?" She shrugged again. "About a week. I didn't think you'd care. I've been super respectful. No crazy parties or anything." Rachel stepped forward, her voice shaky. "Jessica, you had no right to do this. Why didn't you call us or Mom and Dad?" Jessica rolled her eyes. "They're always nagging me to get my act together, and I wasn't in the mood for their lectures. You guys are laid back, so I thought you'd be cool with it." Cool with it? I was livid. She'd invaded our home, turned our guest room into her own, and didn't even consider how it would affect us. I marched upstairs to assess the situation. The guest room door was wide open, revealing suitcases, heaps of clothes, and even framed photos of Jessica on the nightstand, as if she'd officially claimed the space. The bedding we'd carefully arranged for guests was a tangled mess, with empty mugs and snack wrappers strewn about. Rachel followed, her face ashen. "Ethan, I had no idea she'd do this," she whispered. "I know," I said tightly, "but this stops now." Back downstairs, we confronted Jessica again, and she immediately got defensive. "Why are you so upset? It's not like I wrecked the place. I've been cleaning up after myself." "That's not the issue," Rachel snapped, her tone sharper than I expected. "You didn't.